Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's session, I'm going to talk about the first short fiction of third unit in the DGVC Foundation English 3. This is Fall of an Eyelash. Fall of an Eyelash was written by Kanishk Tharoor. Kanishk Tharoor is the son of popular politician, Indian politician Sashi Tharoor, an Indian writer, Kanishk Tharoor, but based in New York, was a writer and broadcaster who shows interest in various subjects of the versatile personality of Ganesh Tharoor, who has completed his education from popular universities, Yale University and Columbia. Okay, and he studied like history, literature, Persian, South Asian studies, and Kanish Tharoor, okay, who appears on TV and radio programs in TV channels like BBC's Today's program, BBC News, BBC Radio Scotland, and Colbert Report. So he was, multi-talented personality. Even when he was a student, he involved in writing and editing in the campus publications. Even when he was a student, he showed his contribution to the various leading newspapers and publications even across the world, like New York Times and the Guardian, the National, the Hindu, the Caravan, and even NewYorker.com. He contributed to various journals, newspapers. Okay, such a versatile personality, we would say. Kanishk Tharoor, Swimmer Among the Stars. This one said to be his, first short story collection, Swimmer Among the Stars. Okay, let us get into the short fiction. Okay, the Fall of an Eyelash. So, in this short fiction, there are two characters which we need to remember. The first one is Foro, F-O-R-O-U-G-H. Foro is a college student, a girl, and one more guy, Jonas, Jonas. So these are the two characters in which Foro said to be the leading character. In the opening of the story, Foro, the girl who was who was forced to leave her country. Name of a country is not given in the story, and she was, forced to leave her country, and for the safety reason, she was sent to some other new country as a refugee. And before sending her, parents who made arrangements to send her safely to the new country, and they made all the arrangements, and they sent her. And before that, they insisted. Her parents, insisted that shouldn't reveal this to anybody, particularly to her friends. And she left the country, and she was, smuggled to the new country, and she arrived to a new country after crossing many borders, many struggles. She arrived safely to the new country, and the new country which received her happily, and she had to stay in the new country. Even the new country name is not given in the story. In this country, she started explaining the struggles, the problem which she had undergone while she was reaching the country, while she was in the traveling. And actually, she was completely exhausted explaining about this frequently to the people in the new country. And she reached here as a refugee, and there she started continue her education in the new country. Okay, because she had to leave her education too. When she was leaving the country, she quit her education, and when she arrived to the new country, she continued her education. And there she studied verses in a language. Okay, the poetry which she learned to teach others. She didn't study these only for her people, also for everyone. Okay, and there was a guy in the country, the new country where she had arrived, right? In this country, there was a guy called Jonas, Jonas. So that fellow was, quietly looking good, and but she, slightly balding head. That fellow who loved for her deeply, and later they got married. Okay, they got married. And about the marriage of Fora, her parent came to know about this, but they couldn't visit the country, new country where she has arrived. But they sent blessing from their country, okay, through some sources. They've sent blessing to Fora. And after knowing the marriage of Fora, her parents and her brother, they feasted in her country. This information she came to know through some sources, and even her relatives sent foods to her, like kebabs and rice. And Fora has to change according to the country's custom. Okay, she has to be adopted as per the custom is being followed in the country. And as a refugee and a wife, she has to follow a few things in this country. Among the the customs, one of them she had to do with wishes, or expectation or wishes. Okay, now here there is a belief in this country, in the newly arrived country, which people follow in the country, where if any eyelash falls from the eyes, from the face, there people can make a wish. They can make a wish, and then the wish will be accomplished. The wish will come to true, will become true. Okay, this is a belief in the country. This girl Fora didn't have any wish to make initially. She didn't have any wish. Whenever Jonas find that Fora's eyelash falls, he'll come and blow it away, and he'll ask her to make a wish. Okay, but this girl, who didn't believe him. Okay, for this girl was quick study, and she didn't believe Jonas that saying this belief. This one said to be was good as scars. Okay, so she didn't take it seriously about this. The another thing is that she was scared to make a wish in an eyelash. She was thinking always about her family, her parents, and her brother. So she was thinking that in future no way for reunion with her family. Okay, she didn't have interest to make any wishes, but she also started expecting for small things. She started having a small wishes, like a good breakfast. And the students who are learning from her, here she is teaching, okay, after studying, and she expects the students to good their readings. Occasionally she was expecting for victory of Jurgardens, Dgurdens. Jurgardens is Jonah's favorite football team, so she also makes a wish for the team to get victory. And that's it, a little wishes, but later came true. Okay, Jonas, after knowing that, Jonah was very happy, because when her eyelash was fallen, she made a wishes for this, and as she expected, the team got victory. And that fellow became very happy and started burping the beer, and he started spin around in a triumph sense. She asked him to be grateful. My eyelash scored your goals. Because of my eyelash, I made the wishes, and your team won the match. Well, your team, got the victory. So you need to be grateful to me, she said. So frequently, Jonas found an eyelash which slides on her, nose and face. There, he asked her to make a wish frequently. But apart from these, small wishes, no other wishes are coming to in her mind. But she feels like the football team won the season, and even her students who have started doing well in the reading. So now she wanted to make a wish to see her brother. Okay, she was expecting, this is the most important wish she gets in her mind. Now she is expecting an eyelash to fall from her face, from her eyes. She was expecting, because if an eyelash falls, she can make a wish and she can make an expectations. So she's looking for an eyelash to fall from her eye. The next day, Farah received a phone call from a relatives. A relative said that your parents who transmitted a message to me to give you to send you, which is they are sending your brother to you where you're living. So after receiving the message, she became very, shaken. She knows the troubles, the problems to face while in the traveling to reach new country. Anything may happen. So she was worrying about her brother. Okay, what will happen if he couldn't reach the country safely? She was thinking about it. Now even Jonas, who tries to help his wife Fora, he that fellow who set up consultation with asylum seekers. Okay, means a refugee people who are looking for the new country who come as a refugee. For that, he makes some arrangements. He also talks with the government officials how to bring him safely to the new country. Okay, these things are being made by Jonas for his husband. And even she started rearranging the furniture in their living room because her brother is coming. She makes a lot of arrangements at the room, and she made the arrangement of small TV, which he can watch the TV whenever he needs, okay, at home. This fellow also, Jonah, also waiting eagerly to meet Fora's brother. So he is also helping Fora. This girl was completely in anxious mood. So now she is looking for an eyelash to fall, but this time it's not happening. She's expecting. She walks, she stands in front of the mirror, she stands in the toilet rooms for minutes, and she looks, but no fallen eyelash. She couldn't find any eyelash to be fallen. Now she was expecting, okay, spotting of the ear, okay, the eyelash. Now she started blinking her eyes to drop an eyelash, but no eyelash is being fallen. She couldn't find any eyelash, falling from her eyelids. Now, this girl, okay, Fora, who remembered all the times he had blown an eyelash away indifferently. So, when the unwanted time when the eyelash was fallen, she didn't take it seriously. Now she's expecting, but this time it's not happening. She is completely restless because her brother is about to reach the border. The eyelash is not being fallen. This time, the her eyes, refuse to surrender even a single wish. Okay, now the night before her brother, was due to cross. Now Jonas volunteered to pull out for eyelash, trying to voluntarily pull the eyelash, but she said no. See, it has to be fallen on itself. We cannot make it. Eyelash should fall on its own. Only then the wishes will become true. Otherwise, it won't be. Okay, she stopped. No, don't do this. See, the previous day, I mean, the particular day, she was on particular night. She was thinking because the next few days, her brother, was about to reach the border. She was not sleeping. She was thinking how my brother, who comes across all the struggles, how he'll reach the place. She was thinking about her brother only because she was thinking initially that there is no chance in future to reunion with her parents or family members. Now she got a chance at least to be reunion with her brother. Okay, that is why she is expecting at least one eyelash from her eyelids, and she was thinking in her mind because her brother is carrying a lot of papers and books which she was sharing with her brother when she was staying at her home country. After a few days, Fora received a phone call from her relatives, gave bad news that brother was sent to the new country successfully by the smugglers, but he didn't reach. He didn't come. He disappeared. So somewhere her brother had fallen away. Okay, she was thinking where he might have gone because she was expecting as a final wish that her brother, but he is not coming today. So she was thinking about that. After knowing this news, after receiving this news, Fora started crying. She started, sobbing. Now Jonah tries to comfort her, who tries to console her, but she was not convinced. She was not, consoled by Jonas. Now the tears were, spilled down from her face. She was crying a lot, and she tried to distract herself from her misery by thinking the, heroines of the poetry of her, homeland. Now, since she couldn't receive her brother safely, she was, thinking like, if possible, she could destroy the country, the world with a huge flood because the injustice happened to her. Injustice was happened, and she was thinking even like that. If possible, I can, drown the world with a huge flood because I was given the injustice. Now, when she was calmer, she went to the bathroom and cleaned herself up. Okay, there on her face, glistening. And finally, after the struggle and depression, she could see an eyelash on her face. And with this, the prose gets over with the positive notes. The story gets over. In the story, it is not given that whether she has received her brother or not successfully, but we could understand that she finally got an eyelash. So she might have received, which is not given in this story, whether she has received it. But after we could see that she could see an eyelash on her face, we could observe that she might have received. Okay, so with this, the post gets over. Thanks for listening the lecture. Subscribe the channel. I could see people are watching, listening the lecture, but they are not ready to subscribe the channel. Kindly subscribe the channel.